Oh, hello everyone. Oh my god. Why is the camera always like this? Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to another chill calligraphy stream, question mark. Yeah, I wanted to like continue my work on the Magic the Gathering Holy Grail diary, you know, inspired by Indiana Jones. Yeah, so before we start, I just wanted to... Ooh, let me actually put myself Yeah. There we go. So, before we get started, let me work with the show you the progress so far. So it's coming along. Like I've put some battle damage, I want to say. Don't worry about the background. I don't know how to fix it. So here it is so far. Again, don't worry about it. It's a work in progress. Everything's a work in progress so far. But I've been thinking, like, I want to just get the writing portion done. Also, I don't know if you're here, Grid. If that's you. But yeah, I wanted to get the writing portion out of the way, and then work on aging it and, like, adding some artificial damage and whatnot. I wanna experiment with fire, actually. Like, I wanna get some, like, burns on the edges or something. I don't know, man, because, like, the idea, the lore in my head is, like, this thing has been through a lot, and I mean, like, through years, a lot, like thousands of years, because, like, we're covering characters who, like Nahiri, for example. I've learned, she's been alive for, like, millennia, like, she's been alive for, like, 2,000, 3,000 years, at least. And yeah, so, and I've been changing ink for the same thought process. Like, like this dude is, like, going from places to places, and he's running out of ink, or he's using whatever's available to him. And that's how far I've gotten. It's not that much, actually. I'm a little concerned about the progress. I thought I'd be making a huge dent by now, but I guess not. But yeah, so we're here now. We're writing about a demon character named Nixilis. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. I'm not a Magic the Gathering person. Like, I know about it, but this is like a proper introduction to me with the universe. But yeah, so we're writing the lore of Nixilis. He's a demon. He's a human turned demon, actually. And I was writing about his escape from a plains where he was trapped for a bit, as a means to stop him, and he escaped, apparently. I don't know if the music's too loud, actually. Again, I wish you were here. I don't know who my one viewer is. It's probably myself, actually. I don't know if that counts in the Twitch thing. By myself, I mean, like, OBS. I don't know. But then it's not counting on the YouTube side, so I don't know. Anyways, on to the work itself. Oh, this angle. This angle is a little concerning. Whoops. And as per usual, I have a wiki link posted on my gaming computer, and yeah, I don't know about the efficacy or, like, the accuracy of the wiki posts here, but this is what I got. So I don't know where they're getting their information from for those wikis, but I'm trusting them in the sense that, it's like, I don't know anything about it, and I don't know where else to get started, so wiki it is. And I've noticed there has been some like spelling and grammatical errors, and I kept it that way on the diary as well, because like I thought it would add character to the thing, to the object, as Adam Savage would say. Okay, I am writing poorly because of the setup, and yeah, it's still very unprofessional because I don't know what else to do, and I'm lazy, honestly. So all I've done is like moved my keyboard and mouse and everything to the side and just plopped the thing down to write, which is not the most helpful at all, actually, but it is what it is. I've been thinking about setting up a streaming rig on the table over there. And I think I can do it. It's just dang, yeah, I should have done it, actually. I could have done it. Also, I had an interesting thought while I was showering just now, before the stream. Like every time I'm taking a shower, I usually put on like a Warhammer 40k lore video or something. I don't know when it started, but it's a recent trend for me, where, you know, I've been learning about like right now, like the fall of Cadia, for example. Cadia stands. But yeah, and the video that YouTube suggested, because it was like part of the algorithm, I didn't like look up, you know, I didn't type in like the fall of Cadia lore video or whatever, like it was just suggested to me, and I, without thinking, like, you know, hey, it's cool, it's a cool subject, so let's put it on while I take a 8-minute shower, while I play this like 1 hour long video. And I start the video, I jump into the shower, and immediately I notice the video is a narration of, I believe, a book, like a published Warhammer 40k official book, but in the voice of David Attenborough, you know, the Sir David Attenborough. And if you don't know who that is, because, you know, the world is changing, and I am quickly turning into one of the old heads. David Attenborough, Sir David Attenborough, is a what do you call it? Like a wildlife documentary personality. Oh my god, I can't even, like, you know, he used to like travel around the world and make documentaries about wild animals, like in Africa and stuff like that. And I used to watch him as a kid a lot, actually. I you know, there's something about his voice, and he's been doing that since like a while back, basically. I'm not sure if he's still alive. I hope he is. And, you know, sorry for not doing everything in advance, but he, last time I checked, he was like in his 90s and still alive and doing well, and still like working on documentaries and stuff like that, like providing his voice to newer documentaries, which is really inspiring and like respectable. But apparently AI has stolen his voice, because I cannot. Actually, now that I think about it, even Asmongold has, or some of Asmongold's clips that sometimes I see is like narrated by a David Attenborough text-to-speech thingy, which is again crazy, dude, like crazy. Yeah, so that made me imagine a world where, you know, it's hey Grid, he's 99, he's still kicking. Yo, that's the best news I've heard today. Also, hi Grid, thank you for joining me, man. But yeah, like the fact that like I heard David Attenborough's voice for a Warhammer 40k lore video on YouTube, like really sparked something in me, and I imagined a world where, like, you know, AI takes over, like an apocalyptic world, but instead of the bombs and the blown up buildings and, like, you know, like everything's like all dreary and like nihilistic and everything, I imagined a world where like it's perfect, right? It's perfect, but too perfect. You know, there has been a historical case about this, actually. So back in the day, I think past Heian period, the emperors of Japan stopped caring about like actually like ruling and stuff, right? Like they just wanted to like perfect their art and crafts and whatever, right? Like they started like making paintings and doing calligraphy and like writing poems and haikus every day, all day, every day, for generations, for like 200 years, I think. And in those 200 years, Japan just froze in time, right? It's around that era when like Japan was still fucking around with like clay pots and shit like that, and then the rest of the world had guns. Like, imagine, like it was like a real life case of like, you know, Age of Empire, where like you're so behind on tech, and then all of a sudden you get invaded by tanks, right? You're still like producing like archer units and like freaking like hoplites, and then the enemy comes in with a fucking like 1800s British Royal Army or something, you know. And yeah, it was a wake-up call for them. But like, let's crank that scenario up to an 11, where like the entire world is like that, right? Okay, there is gonna be like you know, there will be some places where like, yeah, like they dropped a nuke or whatever because like people realize too late. It's like, you know, that weird case where like you drop a toad or something in the water and then slowly like turn on the heat, and then the toad doesn't realize that it's actually being boiled alive until it dies. And that's what happened to the humans. And like they realized all too late, like hey, you know, we gave the AI too much power, and now like we're dying off, and like we gotta stop this. And then they go to war or whatever, and they obviously they lose. And it's a small impact on the grand scheme of things at that point, again, in my head. And the rest of the world is just idyllic. And what I mean by that is like in pursuit of perfection and achieving it, you know, because like AI is that, you know, it's that human drive to perfect something, to like have something perfect, right? The 90-degree angles and stuff like that. But you know, like taken to the wrong context. I don't know how to explain it. And then like in this world, what happens is like these AI bots, you know, these AIs, you know, like think of that video you sent, actually, Grid, like where, you know, they're doing signatures and stuff like that, but it's a machine. Like some of them, you know, some of them are handwritten, but some of them are like, you can tell it's a machine because of the straight lines and everything. Like it's almost unnatural, you know, it's almost uncanny. And then like the AIs and the machines have like perfected that so much that, you know, they're everything is in perfect condition, right? All the homes are perfectly clean, perfectly like maintained and everything, but there's no one living because like at some point it was too perfect where the drive to succeed, the drive to like even live on, you know, and reproduce and like, you know, hey Bobo, welcome to the weird stream. I don't know what to call it. Yeah. Bobo, one of these days I'm gonna write the stuff that you sent me into I'm gonna write it down for you, bro. I promise you. But yeah, like so the humans all died down, but the world is still, you know, a colonized world for lack of a better word, but like there's no humans. It's just empty trains getting to their stations on time. It's empty taxis, you know, wandering around in the streets. It's empty fucking like cleaning bots, cleaning the streets, cleaning their homes. It's like empty gardener bots, you know, trimming the hedges and like cutting the lawns and stuff like that. And in a sense, I'm kind of inspired by you know, Shadowbringers in you know, the Shadowbringers expansion in Final Fantasy 14, and an MMO that I used to be like really addicted to, because like there is a plot point in that. Okay, spoilers maybe. Actually, I'm not gonna talk about it. That is spoilers. I want people to like experience that on their own. But like basically, I imagined a world where like, you know, it's just devoid of any humanity. But at the same time, it is distinctly human in the fact that, you know, it was built for humans. It was built to perfection for humans. But the perfection led to a flaw that, in the end, just spelled the end of the very thing that they were made to service. I don't know. And yes, it's not like well fleshed out or anything. It's a freaking shower thought. I'm not gonna write a book about it or anything. It's just, you know, it's just a thought exercise, if anything. But I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to talk about it on stream. Cause I don't know what I'm doing. But how's it going, Bubble? Oh no. I just realized it's not a... Oh no. It's not a very good angle, actually. Or maybe I can move a little bit to... You just woke up? No worries, dude. God, I wish you stopped calling me boss, dude. Like, it weirds me out. And I know you like that, the fact that it weirds me out. You know what? I'm gonna unplug my keyboard. That's gonna freaking work, right? Oh, that's a great idea. So it worked? Okay. Hey, sometimes being, you know, a slow day is actually a blessing. Sometimes. Sometimes it just makes the time go slower. So I hope it's the former one where it's, you know, it's a good thing that it's slow, and not the other one where it's like, oh my god. Okay, this is better. And I hope you guys can see it. I used to call my boss boss, and overheard him once say it made him feel like a boss to someone. Yeah, I don't like it. Honestly, I don't like even the slight possibility of feeling in charge. And that's because, like, at some point, you know, I used to be stupid. I used to be young and stupid, and like, you know, take you know, like raid leading and everything on a hello on like MMOs and stuff like that. I took that too seriously, and then I realized, you know, yeah, there's a reason people say power corrupts. And just like Galadriel, you know, I passed the test. So I will remain humble, Amatsu-ryu. Destined to be forgotten. Even after he passed away. Wait, what? Oh, we had a guy that picked up one of the papers we used to stuff at my first adult job. He used to call everyone Budro. Budro? Even after he passed away, some of us at work would call each other Budro. Aw. Why be young and stupid when you can be old and stupid? I'm still old. Yeah, I'm doing that too, Bobo. Don't worry. I'm 32 years old and still stupid. Oh yeah, I fully expect to be humbled every chance I get. Don't worry, Thin. Almost a tick. What the hell is wrong with me today? Okay, I need to focus. He was a hardcore drunk, often showed up to pick up questionably wobbly. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, in this case, I hope people don't take me in the wrong context, but in this case, age is truly just a number, you know. You could be any number of age and still be stupid. Don't do it. Don't actually, Grid, actually don't do it, because right now we live in a time where, like, you know, the P word is a hot topic, man. Holy shit. Should have left him. Oh, and Grid, this might be interesting for you. This is a Joe nib, by the way, Grid. And this is what I was talking about, being one of my favorite nibs. So this is actually from a Chinese company. It's a Chinese-made pen called Asvine, I think. I think I'm saying this correctly. It's a little-known Chinese company called Asvine, but you know, full-body titanium, really good pen, solid, and it's like 50 bucks, or was 50 bucks. I don't know anymore. But yeah, if you're interested, just look up Asvine, and that's a legitimate German-made Jowo nib right here. Very good nib. I'd buy the pen just for the nib, honestly. Dude, I hate getting to the end of the pages like this. It's so difficult. I had to choose a smaller freaking notebook. Actually, I'm glad I chose a smaller freaking notebook, because, like, imagine having to finish a A4 sized notebook. Oh my god, that would be a nightmare. And again, I'm not putting too much effort into writing properly, honestly, guys, because you know, this is like, it's a like a headcanon reason to me, because like, you know, sometimes, you know, he's writing stuff on the go, and in not so ideal situations, just like how I'm doing right now, because it's very hard to, with the camera and the mic on the way and everything. I can barely see like this much right now. Like, this is like, you know, I have to like, if you can see my face. Okay, I see your message, Grid. I'm gonna talk about it later, because you know, it's NDA stuff. Okay, I seriously need to focus. Also, sorry for the last night. I was hoping I could have grind longer, but personally, no, it's fine, dude. I thought you turned off notifications. No. When I was a kid, mom would leave handwritten notes for us because she'd leave for work because before we'd wait for school. Every day she left these full pages long notes. She wrote in beautiful cursive. She found out recently I can't read nor have ever been able to read cursive. I have no idea what those notes said. Oh yeah, if the echoes like, if the audio is bad, let me know, guys, because again, I'm not this is a very like in the moment kind of thing. Like, I usually don't prepare for these kind of streams. And Bobo, I can kind of relate. I didn't see my mom's well, I did see my mom's handwriting, but I kind of forget now, because she had to sign all these notes. We were, as a student, as a child in my boarding school, we were handed these diary things called syllabus. I don't know why it's called a syllabus. Maybe that's the right word for it. But we used to get handed these, like, almost a little bit longer, like, you know, a passport-sized syllabus notebook, and it each would have a teacher's report, like pages for teacher's report. So let's say, you know, I was given a homework and I didn't finish the homework, or I did an excellent job in the homework, or I needed some things that needed to be fixed in the homework. Then the teachers would like write a personal note and everything, and then we'd have to like go present it to our parents and then have them sign and, like, you know, acknowledge and everything. And me being me, I was not a very good student. I will be completely honest. I was lazy can be, right? So I would always like miss like 1 or 2 homeworks in certain classes, and then like I'd have to, you know, get that signed by my parents. It was a whole ordeal, man. And this was before my mom's accident. So I've seen her handwriting a few times, and it was good. She used to be an English teacher, so, you know. But my dad's handwriting was especially good. And just like your mom's, Bobo, my dad had really good cursive handwritings. In fact, people, like family members, would come to our home just so my dad could write personal letters and everything into like birthday present cards or like wedding presents, especially wedding presents. Like 99% of the time it was like wedding gifts, even like metal wedding gifts, like metal vase or something. I don't know, man. Like, you know, I can't remember like exactly what it is, like pots and pans back in the day, you know. And then he'd have this Dremel thing, and then he'd write cursive and stuff with that Dremel. into like this beautiful, to whatever family or whatever, like personal handwritten notes and stuff like that, to like these wedding gifts. And I think that's also part of why I grew to love handwriting. My dad, I didn't realize that until today, actually. Like it was locked in a vault in my brain somewhere. But thank you for unlocking that, Bobo. Thank you for reminding me of that. And I think still to this day, if my dad were to like write something, I think he would kill that. Like I don't compare, because I'm messy. I'm mediocre at best. But man, people from his generations were just weird, man. Like they were weirdly skilled. Back in the day, they'd have to like freaking write letters, like actual letters, to like convey any kind of communication. And now in our generation, we got fucking emails. So everything is a keyboard and mouse. Oh no. He prepared to leave, but not before ensuring that no one left. Uh-oh. It's fine. Mistakes are also really nice, in my opinion, because it adds character to this journal. I think. I'm just coping, honestly. I can barely write, but I can type over 80 words per minute without issue. Yeah, same here, Bobo. Typing is just a given, man. Like, one of my first ever, like, really good paying job was at a bank back home. And the reason I was, like, making good money was because, like, I was actually able to type both in English and Nepalese at a decent speed. And that was considered a valuable skill back in the day. I don't know about today, but like I would just sit there as a low-level employee, just writing up drafts for like contracts and stuff like that in both English and Nepalese for like loans and like loan recovery or like dividend letters, like, like letters of like, hey, you made some money with this dividend on like these IPOs that you bought like 6 years ago. I don't know. It was interesting, actually. I had a lot of fun. Again, I'm sorry I'm writing messy. But the rig is, I really need to next stream I'm gonna set up a rig in that table back there that you guys were able to see at one point, and now we got a green screen. Haha. I'm glad there's a green screen, actually, because it's messy right now. I was working on some other projects, especially like school projects and stuff like that, and it's just littered with like paperwork and like everything else. So don't look at it, is what I'm trying to say. It can still be a valuable skill because a lot of jobs need more people that knows more than one language. Yeah, but like it's, to me, maybe I'm being a little bit jaded, but like right now, as I was talking about earlier, like I think AI is gonna like it's gonna nuke that, like, a lot of genres. Like I don't think AI is gonna be the be all end all of everything, right? I don't think, like, cuz current AI, it's not really artificial intelligence. Let me tell you, like in my personal opinion, it's not artificial intelligence. It's just a glorified chatbot that, you know, through machine learning and years of experimentation, we have managed to turn it into like a questions answer bot where they can like use the internet, like reference the internet to come up with a solution or answer. But you know, right now I still think like, you know, like train operators or crane operators, you know, like construction sites and stuff like that. I don't think AI is gonna be anywhere near that. But things like writing, for example, things like translating, things like art, music, voice acting, yeah, those departments, customer service, I think is gonna be an endangered species in the next 10 years. Maybe even coding, actually. And that's scary because like I'm going back to school to like really brush up on my coding and like get back to the real world. Because I wanna, you know, there is a dream that I'm following, and part of this whole streaming and everything is part of that. I don't want to talk too much about it though, because like unless I get it, unless I see it done, it's not gonna, like, it's just gonna be wishful thinking. So I don't wanna jinx it or anything. But yeah, it just, if you guys believe in me, just stay tuned. It's gonna be a long road to success for me, but if I manage it one day, I'll make you guys proud. But again, like I said, it's gonna be a long road to that. So I don't wanna spoil anything or like talk big and like not achieve anything in the future, because who knows. But yeah, foreshadowing, haha. Because right now, like, again, I'm not trying to talk down on myself, okay? Like, I'm just a realist, maybe with like a very high volume, like concentrated case of imposter syndrome. But again, I feel like I'm a very average, like mediocre person with like mediocre skill sets and everything, and I want to take a deep dive, like I want to take a leap of faith into this project in my head that I've been working on since God knows when. Like it's a dream of mine. And I'm not talking about VTubing. There's something that I want to like give back to the world, if that, like, I again, I'm not trying to sound like, I'm not trying to talk big, but like I wanna oh no. One sec, guys. I gotta take this phone call. Sorry about that. Work called. I had to deal with that real quick. What AI should do? Wait, what? What AI should be used for is not what we're using it for in my stance. You already made me proud. Give me a hug. I also took down the no backseating overlay, so be prepared for it. Yeah. I used to think I was average until I met more people. Yeah. I mean, again, I get some of that is like, you know, I get what a like imposter syndrome is, and to be honest, like a lot of this is, but a lot of this is also valid in my opinion. So I don't know what I'm saying anymore. However, I usually have my I usually read the stuff on my phone. I'm copying the stuff from my phone, but I got nervous about like having my phone on camera in case I dox myself or something. So I'm making a lot of mistakes today. But yeah, I still think I'm pretty mediocre at a lot of things. And I'm forgetful too. Like, you know, one of my biggest like ability or whatever that I'm proud of or used to be proud of is like, you know, my retention of information about like history and like historical facts and stuff like that. And even that, as I'm getting older and like I'm getting out of practice and like out of school and stuff like that, you know, now like I can't be sure about stuff. Like, you know, dates have like been entirely forgotten now. Facts are like questionable at best. Like I used to know everything about Julius Caesar, for example. You know, I was obsessed with Julius Caesar. I've read his personal diary. He used to have a personal diary when he was campaigning in Gaul. Just forget to forget. Yeah, I wish, man. I wish the like, you know, that one pill from like what was it? That one stupid movie where like what's the actor's name even? I forget. See? Like I'm being like forgetful, but like the actor, like the character takes like this see-through pill and it all, like suddenly unlocks like all the functions of his brains, and like he can remember shit from like Limitless. Yeah. Fuck that movie, man. God, I hate movies like that, man. I hate when like, oh, you know, like Lucy, right? You're right, Bradley Cooper. Thank you. Like, you know, movies like Limitless and Lucy is so dumb, man. I fucking hate because it belittles me. I feel small. Yeah, Limitless. Like, because like, you know, especially Limitless, man. That movie is egregious. Like, that movie is a crime against humanity. Fuck me, man. Like, oh, human beings can only use 10% of the brain, and if they unlock the rest of the 90%, like she turns into a fucking nano machine. What? Fuck that movie, man. That movie should be like, I don't know, burned at the stakes. at the witch trials. I don't know. Like it's just a disc fucking nailed to a cross. Amatsu, so I have something to say. I've never had a good dream. All my dreams are about war, suffering, loss, and some are about the apocalypse. And if I go to go in my sleep just now, I was fighting a battle in my sleep. Dude, you are a prime specimen of a human being, Tick. Honestly, like you should go get tested for like superpowers. Do you know there's a character named Jinx in like X-Men? And her mutation is that like is like she can manipulate luck or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like maybe like you're an actual like incarnation of that character, man. We need to track down Tick and Hug. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like every time I get concerned, man. And I'm genuinely saying this, Tick. I'm not trying to like talk down or like anything. I'm just like every time it's something with you, and it's concerning, honestly. One of these days, like I look forward to a stream where you come in and you just talk about like having a great day. You know, nothing wrong happened. Nothing. Okay. That's a problem. Has Tick ever watched Final Destination? I don't know. Oh hey, you don't happen to have any Great Value brand raw frozen shrimp in your freezer, do you? It's on recall from Walmart due to possible cesium. Nope. First of all, I rarely shop at Walmart because Walmart scares me. Again, not a knock against Walmart the brand. I just feel scared by the amount of people in Walmart the place, right? And it doesn't help that, you know, there are YouTube channels where like it's dedicated to like all the weird happenings that happen in Walmart, right? It doesn't help. It does not help. And then also any kind of concentrated place, whether it be a mall, whether it be a bar, whether it be a restaurant, like any kind of like a close proximation with like a lot of people just unnerves me. So I don't buy anything from Walmart. And also I don't buy frozen seafood, period. The best I've done is like go to freaking Target and bought some like steaks and sausages. But actually there's a really cool butcher shop close by where I live, practically across the street, and they are amazing with what they offer, and I like that. I like you know, I'm for lack of a better word, I feel like I'm just an old soul trapped in this body out of time, because like I like things that involve craftsmanship, you know. And yes, butchering an animal and like, you know, making cuts and making decent cuts and making decent sausages and everything, I believe that is an art. Because I can't do it. and when I compare it to like one of those like machine-fed sausages, for example, you know, it's a different thing. It's a different experience. And no, I'm not trying to be like hoity-toity and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, it's not like I can afford stuff like that all the time. But when I do, when I can, I prefer to, you know, go and experience stuff like that, because, like, you know, again, like I have a weird obsession with earthly stuff, you know, good wood, you know, great leather, you know, handmade pottery and stuff like that. I don't like industrialization of things to the maximum extent, you know. Like, yes, industry is good, don't get me wrong, industry is good in stuff like bottling, and then, like, you know, I don't know, like huge machineries, like, you know, gigantic tires and stuff like that, you know. But when it's like small things, you know, I believe this pen, for example, this pen is a great example. I believe this is like machined, right? No human hands forged this, which is a great loss, in my opinion, to our society as a whole. Not against this company or anything, or against this pen. This is a really good pen. I'm just saying, like, you know, if given the choice, given the option, and I can afford that option, I would 100% always go for, better or worse, all the human perfection and imperfection into handmade, or, you know, like an object that is man-made. Amatsu, what's your favorite animal? I mean, fictional dragons, right? Obviously, but yeah. Wild animal, to be exact, tigers. They're cool. I hate snakes. That's an easy one. Okay, I'm missing Walmart is a whole different universe. Yep. Reject modernity, return to monkey. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Bobo. Like, there's a, you know, like I was talking about, like, I don't know when, but like, you know, people used to, and again, I'm not talking about going back to that headspace or anything, but there used to be a time. Okay, let's talk about clothes for example, right? Clothes, modern clothes are bullshit. Whether you're buying $2,000 fucking Hermes, or, like, you know, like Gucci or something, you know, like a well-known brand, you know, or you're buying just like a $10 t-shirt from Walmart, it's bullshit. The reason I say it's bullshit is because, again, because of industry, you know, there's lots of, like, it's not 100% anything anymore. It's machine grafted freaking cotton mixed with polyester and nylons and stuff like that, because, like, you know, like, if you buy like a size 32 jeans, right, it's not really size 32 jeans because it stretches now, because, you know, you can get fat and, like, be a size 34 in like the next 2 months, and then the jean stretches and it still fits, and you think like, oh, that's a really great value, right? Because, like, you don't have to spend more money on extra clothes. But it's wrong, because it freaking disintegrates like the second time you get it washed or something, right? There used to be a time when, like, clothes meant something else, right? You know, back in the day, the whole dress to impress was a thing, because, like, you bought a clothes. Even I come from a society, again, I grew up in a third world country, right? And we have a thing called Dasai. It's basically Christmas, but, like, it goes on for like 10 days, right? And then in those 10 days, we celebrate everything from everything about life, from machinery to like our pets to everything. Because Hinduism, like we come from a society where like we believe there's a spirit or a god in everything. If it's a machine, there's like the god Vishwakarma, like the creator, because there's three main gods in our religion. Shiva, the destroyer, Vishwakarma, the creator, and then Vishnu, the guardian of life itself, right? So Vishwakarma, we believe like this pen is being inhabited by Vishwakarma. This computer is being inhabited by Vishwakarma and stuff like that, your phone. So we spend a day where we just appreciate, we clean things out. We take machines apart, oil it, clean it and everything, and then put it back together, and then we celebrate it, right? My dad used to do that with his motorcycles and like everything. We used to like everything basically. My mom used to do that with her sewing machine, and like there used to be a soul in stuff we did. It's not just like, oh, it's 9 o'clock, I gotta clock into work, I don't care, I don't give a shit about like, I'm in the customer service on a phone or something, I don't give a shit about who's on the other line, I'm just trying to like give them the relevant information, get them out of the way. Everyone talks about first or third world countries, but what about second world countries? I don't know, man. My car got fixed yesterday too, and yesterday was the best day for me. Yeah, that's good to hear. I hand out the trick-or-treat candies on Halloween, and kids go crazy for them. Kind of like Japan. Yeah, like yeah, and and part of me, maybe because I grew up in a society like that, like maybe I have a different mentality here in America. Because in the Western world, I'm shocked by just like how much people devalue things, dude. Like, oh my god, like, oh, my button came off this shirt, I'm just gonna throw away the shirt and buy a new shirt. Bro, you can sew it. You don't have to be perfectly like tailor-made, like that kind of level, but you can just freaking string it a few and then like tie a knot and then call it a day, and that button will last for a little longer and the shirt will last for a little longer. Like things break, people replace them. There's no value. I don't know how to sew things either, but I still have a sewing kit, and I absolutely, when a button falls off or anything, I just fucking cannibalize it and like Frankenstein it, and it still holds, like the button still holds, and I can use that shirt again. But like again, I'm not trying to like call anybody out, like I'm not trying to call any kind of people out, but like I am shocked by how much people devalue even each other. Like, like again, like working in the service industry, working in a gas station for like a long time, I was not a person to these paying customers. Honestly, they just expect, because they paid the money, they just expect. And then like the tipping culture, man, like it, being tipped for a good job is so demeaning to me, because like, am I an animal? Like, are you giving me a treat because like I did a trick that you liked? I don't know, man. Just I don't know, like my definition for a decent human being is like, honestly, it's about like internal shit. Like it's not about like how you look towards others, like how you present yourself to your neighbors and your co-workers and stuff like that. Like I there's a lot of people who just like fake it, dude. Like they're just like, they're just faking it, like, buying that extra fancy car so that they can one up their neighbors or whatever. I've seen it real life, that's why I'm talking about it. But like, it's not that, dude. It's like, you as a human being, I think, to me, like I judge you by like how you treat yourself, how you treat things around you. And I say that in hypocrisy, total hypocrisy, looking at my trashed out apartment, like, littered with like everything that I like half, but what I mean, and that is actually a judgment of my character, and I own it. I can't, nobody's perfect, but that's what I mean. Like, it's, I think people in the grand scheme of things, in my honest opinion, whether you believe in God or not, I don't, honestly, but you know, I'm not a religious person, but whether you believe on something or not, it's, I think in the grand scheme of things, like of a measure of a person, a man or a woman is always like weighed by like how they treat their family members, how they treat their pets, how they treat their objects around them, you know, whether like they take care of that stupid keyboard they bought at a random whim, and then now they're just, you know, it's littered, like it's covered with dust and like corn chip fragments, and I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. I don't know. I'm ranting now. I need to focus. But yeah, man, like I honestly, if I can say anything, like if there's a message that I can send out to everybody, like as many people as I can, my one message is always gonna be like, treat things better. Like treat everything better, you know? And I'm not just talking about people, like treat the objects around you better. You know, take care of things. Whether it be your favorite jeans, whether it be like your favorite boots, whatever, like just give some love, you know, show some love. It's not just there for you to like use when needed and then like forget about it the next minute as soon as you're done, you know. I don't think the world should work like that, because then it devalues everything. It slowly but surely, like, you know, takes the humanity out of you in little sections of your life. And again, I'm a bit of a hypocrite, because like sometimes I don't follow what I'm preaching today, because like, you know, but trust me, I go out of my ways whenever possible, where like, you know, I once in a while I moisturize and condition my boots. I have like these two favorite boots of mine, and I love them to death, and I take care of it. And even my notebooks, you know, these handmade notebooks that I make for myself, I condition the leather so that it doesn't get like all crackly and everything. Like it's all nice and smooth and shiny. And again, I'm not trying to be materialistic. It's just, it means something to me. And I want it to stay that way. I want it to like grow old with me, if that makes sense. But yeah, to me, that's humanity. I feel stupid saying that. I don't know why. Okay, there's a lot. Holy shit. I love my coworkers. They make me laugh, and my online friends make me laugh, and I make them laugh. By the way, today at work, I got so nervous. I sounded like a drunken high-pitched voice Irishman. I let people believe things they want to believe and say things they want to say. But I draw the line when I try to shove their own beliefs down my kids or families. So it's, I mean, yeah. Sometimes, you know, a lot of times actually, people should just stay in their lanes. I 100% believe that as well, because you don't know what's going on the other side, unless it's like proper abuse, like it's just, then yeah, that's wrong. But apart from that, I don't know, man. Trust but verify, you know, that's the one word I learned from Final Fantasy 14 as well. I'm so stupid, dude, but like, yeah, I love that word. I love that phrase. Trust but verify. It was like a side quest on Final Fantasy, like early side quest on Final Fantasy 14. And for some reason, that quest just resonated with me, man. Like it just stuck with me till now. And I've, you know, anyways. But yeah, that's another phrase that people should adopt, in my opinion. Trust but verify. Okay, I need to make a dent, guys. I need to focus. Holy shit. Speaking of, I need to take this pen apart at one point and condition it too, or like service it. And yes, servicing a fountain pen is absolutely a thing. By the way, guys, you can buy these what do you call these? Like these gel. Oh my god, why am I having difficulty with words today? Out of all days. Lubricants. These like synthetic lubricants you can buy for any kind of fountain pen, and what they do is, one, they make all the moving parts smooth as possible, but also it being like oil based, or like I want to say like Vaseline based, or like glycerin based or something, it is also a nice sealant. So, you know, any watery parts, like say the ink, don't leak from places that they shouldn't be leaking from, and it makes your pen last that much longer. So if you own a fountain pen, you should look into that actually. Twisby, for example, has does a really good job with maintenance of your fountain pen. They when you buy a fountain pen, they package it with a kit full of tools and things you might need when you like service your pen. And I love that about them. I really appreciate that. Focus. Read this if you want. By the way, so I found that every racing reviewer at 1.6 every day, and I was doing research about this today because. Okay, not a topic I want to discuss on stream, because I am not. I don't have the ability to be eloquent and like talk about the points in a. In fact, I don't have any authority in any of that. Like I don't have any kind of education. I don't have any kind of experience, so I'm not going to talk about it. I do love this pen though. Or I should say this nib. No, the pen in general, like the pen as a whole. They did a really good job with this pen. Like the ink flows really well. The writing is very smooth thanks to the nib. But yeah, and the shape is not that uncomfortable. And what I mean by that is like, because at least the way I write, like I tend to like grip it too tightly unconsciously as my writing continues, and then like you can see on my thumb or on my middle finger, like you know, it gets pressed in, and it's, you know. Also, Grid, I suspect your mom's watching today, so if she is, tell her hello, Grid's mom. If you're watching, I hope you're doing well. Oh, I just unlocked another memory too. In the same day, you know, I was talking about the god Vishwakarma and like how we would like show our appreciation to the things we own. My dad used to actually own a noodle factory where he used to make, you know, all kinds of noodles, whether it be like instant ramen noodles to like spaghetti noodles and stuff like that. And you know, in that day, after we're done with like you know, we'd start with our stuff in our house early in the morning, and then after we're done with the I don't know, the ritual, the celebration, whatever you want to call it, like all the cleaning and stuff, he would take us to the factory, and then we'd see like, you know, all the factory workers come in, and like all the employees come in and like help him like take apart the machinery, because it used to be huge machineries, right? Like it used to like take up entire rooms, like these long machines where like they'd had these rollers, and like the wheat would like you know, the I don't know, like the dough would like get rolled in, and then at some point it'd get like chopped into pieces and like stuff like that, and like they would take it apart, clean it, like, you know, clean out all the rust if there is any rust, clean out all the, you know, the residue from like the old doughs and like everything, and then like oil it and then put it back together. That was a special sight. People don't do that anymore. I don't know. I don't think. Okay, I don't know why I'm talking about that, but I just wanted to share it, I guess. Okay, I see chat moving. 1 second. I'm gonna read whatever you guys are talking about after I'm done with this sentence, because I don't want to make any more mistakes. Also, how's the camera? Oh my god. Can you guys actually see what I'm doing? Let me know if like I need to adjust anything. Because like, you know, that's the whole point of this stream. She's actually not. She's still in her room. I told her though. Oh, okay. Don't worry about deleting anything. It's fine. Well, this doesn't help me at all, but I hope it helps you guys see. Again, I'm not writing neat right now because it's tough to like find an angle for me to like see when where I'm writing. But yeah, you guys can make fun of me for that. I don't care. Why is my keyboard on my phone so pushed together in a cramped sort of way? I hate phone keyboards. I miss the time when we used to like, I don't know how we were like able to like text so fast in one of those like Nokia's, you know, the numpad keyboard. I don't know what it's called. I remember, like, you know, talking to my first girlfriend and stuff like that. Sending messages, text messages. Also, apologies if it's not a very interesting stream today, guys. I'm still not sure how to be like very entertaining or something, like as a streamer. Just wanted to put it out there. But my hope is that, you know, with the chill music and like just the focus on the writing and everything, maybe like it'll help you put something on the background. I don't know. Why don't people characters just kill each other sometimes, man? Why they gotta like pull them down, defeat them, and then go on a monologue or something, go on a victory lap, only for them to like do a U-turn and then like get defeated and then run away and stuff like that? Like why is that trope so like heavily used? God damn it. Characters, you know, characters' actions, even if they are fictional and overpowering and everything, like they need to have some kind of consequences, man. Sometimes, you know, like if they fucked around, they need to find out, and not just in a like a slap in the wrist kind of way. Like, okay, you know, they got defeated, they got beat up and everything, but funny post on X that is spicy. Uh-oh. but not overly spicy. Got it. I mean, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, it's always gonna be like that, dude, in my opinion. I never figured out social media to this day. The best I do these days is like just like post like, hey, I'm live right now on Twitch and YouTube on like what's that? Blue Sky. I almost had to open my phone for that. And grid, the only reason I use Blue Sky is because like you know, I was lured there by some of my favorite like VTubers and stuff like that. So I think I've explained that before, but still. All right. Oops. What's the point of that? It's to make make it a better deterrent. If it's super hot, you wouldn't want to even try to squeeze through. Okay. Gotcha. And yeah, I kind of understand the sentiment about that method of crossing. Because yeah, that's yeah, I can agree with that because like, you know, yeah, individual story, you know, it depends on like everything, you know, when you talk to like the actual person and everything, but at the same time, yeah, like you know, respecting each other's sovereignty and everything, like I don't know. But yeah, I do have similar sentiments about stuff like that. I can barely see where I'm writing, guys. Oh my god. It's messing with my depth perception. Maybe later. Oh, what is it? That sounds like interesting. Okay, you've piqued my interest, sir. Well, if I tell you, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much if it comes as a surprise, but I've been thinking about doing it for a couple months and I haven't advanced the plan one bit. Oh. Well, if it's been months, I don't know what to tell you, man. Okay, I can't see what I'm writing. Oh my god. Hold on. I need to readjust and reevaluate my situation here. I was just about to ask, like, how do other streamers do it? But then they do it by having a dedicated freaking workspace and not get cramped in a gaming desk full of like keyboards. If mom makes an appearance, maybe I will advance the plan a step. Again, I'm very curious now as to what that steps are. But if you're not gonna say it, then you know, I'm shit out of luck. My desk is more cramped than yours, so much due to paperwork, so having it cramped of keyboards isn't bad. Your desk looks much nicer than mine, and less cramped, to me at least. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I got some space. I'm not gonna complain about that, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I wish I had the foresight to move over to a table behind me where I can actually comfortably do this. You know what? Just out of curiosity, I might do another calligraphy stream tomorrow. Because what the heck, you know, right now I'm not doing too hot as a in terms of like growth on my channel and everything, so it doesn't hurt to like go willy-nilly at some, you know, at a few times. How much have I written? Oh my god, just 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I am not making any good progress. Holy crap. When was the last time a volcano erupted in Nepal? I don't think we have any volcanoes. I could be wrong, but I've never heard of volcanoes. We have a lot of earthquakes, but no volcanoes. As far as I know. Could have sworn Nepal had volcanoes. You can Google it. You can Google it to find out. Again, as far as like to my knowledge, I've never heard anything about volcanoes in my entire life while I was there. Or so far, actually, because, you know, if I had heard about it, I think I would have remembered, because volcanoes are interesting. But yeah, if there is, yeah, I even, like, I would also be very interested to know about that. So yeah, if you find something, just share the knowledge. One thing I realize about this pen, as I'm like using it to a longer extent than I usually have, is as good as the titanium, the solid body titanium is, at least to my style of writing, because of the metalwork, it's a little bit harsher on my fingers. Like I have a sharp pain here already, of like basically similar to my fingers getting crushed. But I think that's a more of a me problem than anything. Because people have different styles of grip. And mine is just a stupid death grip that gets tighter the more I write subconsciously. Because I don't have discipline. I guess. Well, I will say this: Nepal has no volcanoes because it's the collision zone of tectonic plates. I looked it up. Yep, that is true. It is the collision zone of two tectonic plates. That being like Europe and Asia. Like it's like it's on the middling point because from what I read, like millions of years ago or something, or yeah, millions of years ago, there used to be an ocean that divided like modern day Russia and like modern day, you know, like India and stuff like that, like, you know, South Asia. No, 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 get out. Here's the criminal. But then like at some point it either like dried up or you know the tectonics plate shifted and like changed the landscape, and then it smushed together, and that's how Mount Everest came to be. That's why Mount Everest is still growing. A lot of sensational fucking journalists always some once in a while writes about like how, you know, Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world, and it's still growing because, like, you know, the continent is still being smushed together. And like, bro, we're not gonna see any kind of fucking, not even a meter's growth in our lifetime, in several of our lifetimes. So shut the fuck up. Maybe in 10,000 years we'll see like a little bit of an increase on the 8,848 meters of the Mount Everest's peak. But who's gonna be alive? Who's gonna care about that? But there's a theory that if Mount Everest erupts, even though it's not a volcano, it'll cause a huge catastrophe. How many dead bodies do you think Mount Everest has? And the people who died on Mount Everest, I feel bad for because their families never got closure. Hundreds, if not thousands. I mean, it's been you know, a subject of conquest for a lot of people. And I'll be fair, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a few, let's say, Mount Everest guide services who are just faking until they making it, and then they never make it to the top. I think, you know, I don't know. Again, it's one of those subjects that I can't really talk about because like I know nothing about it, and I'd rather not talk about it than just pretend to be all-knowing and smart and like give my opinion on the subject matter. Like I don't know. I've been to one of the base camps of Mount Everest. It was scary as hell. Like some entrance to fucking like the next life. But other than that, like other than like seeing like a cliff face that's supposed to be Mount Everest or something, I don't even know, man. I don't, cause it's a freaking glacier, like a glacier plain, and like it's scary out there, man. Even the first base camp to me was scary. Like it's hard to breathe. It's cold. And it's white. It's bright white. You know, and there's trash, and there's like flags and everything, and like I got the fuck out. Like I was like Pippin in like you know, Lord of the Rings, Return of the Kings. So Minas Tirith, lovely place. Where are we going next? You know, like lovely place. Glad to see like the base camp of Mount Everest. Let's get the hell out. But yeah. I have lost where I am. Uh-oh. Other side, okay. Although. isn't there an Olympic bazaar up brazier on Mount Everest? I don't think so. I don't know. Again, I could be wrong. You can prove me wrong, but I don't think there's an Olympic anything up there. Do you think Shangri-La existed at one point? No, because it's a thought experiment. Just like I was talking about the AI hellscape earlier, it's a thought experiment, just like fucking Atlantis. It's just a thing that people want to reference to about a what if, where like, you know, they think about their idea of an idyllic society where human beings are like all powerful and all knowing, and honestly at that point not even human beings. And if you believe like Atlantis was real and stuff like that, like okay, like, you know, I respect your belief, and I would be happy to be proven wrong at one point. Like, I'm not gonna double down and die on that hill, but me personally, if you ask me, like places like Shangri-La and places like Atlantis and everything, like, these are thought experiment, man. Like, it's make-believe. But at the same time, it's a slippery slope, because they used to say the same thing about Troy until they found Troy, like the actual Troy from the poems and everything, and that shut some people up real fast. You're not a fan of fountain pens with cartridge refilling, right? So a pen says it has to have. Yeah. I hate cartridges, dude. It's a waste of resources. It's a waste of ink because it dries up. By the way, it's not like, hey, you know what I do to my pens after I'm done writing with them? I take out like I take out all the ink. I clean up the nib as much as I can. Like, I clean up the pen, I condition it, and then I store it. Because ink to me is precious. Like, again, I'm not trying to be materialistic. I'm not trying to like penny pinch like the ounces of ink I have left and stuff. Like, no, I don't. It's not that I care about that. It's just that, why let things go to waste? Right? So I take out all the ink, I clean it up as much as I can, and then I let it sit and I let it store. And the next time I need it, I bring it out, I fill it with ink, and then I start writing again. And you can't do that with fucking those cartridge, man. That's like fucking printer cartridges, you know. It's a money-making scheme. It's a scam. What is that? They did find Atlantis? I don't believe it. I'm sorry, Tech. I don't believe it. That sounds like a hokey fucking sensationalized story. I'm sorry. If people had found Atlantis in 2011, that'd be fucking wool-shattering news. Everybody would know that. You know how I know? Because like I knew about 9/11 in fucking 2001, the day it happened. I knew about, like, you know, Steve Irving passing the day it happened. And I knew about Atlantis growing up because it's in the cartoons, it's in movies. I've read about, like, you know, I've read some of Plato's work. Atlantis is a huge thing. Like, if somebody found Atlantis, it's okay. Again, if it was a real story, it would be huge, because it's the same thing. Like, you know, another country that they always look for is called Lanka. You know, like Sri Lanka, but like Lanka from the religious scripts called Ramayana. And people always like, oh, we found Lanka, we found the giants, we found this, we found that. It's bullshit. Yeah, dude, that's you gotta, you know. Again, I'm sorry if I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything, but like sometimes, you know, critical thinking needs to work. Atlantis is a huge deal, dude. Like if they found Atlantis, holy shit. Yeah, I actually, you know what? I'm gonna go far as to say like finding Atlantis would be as big of a deal as like finding out like conclusive proof that we've discovered how the pyramids were built back in the day in Egypt. Also, hi Fatty. Hello, hello. Have you had brekkie yet, Fatty? Too specific to brush off. After centuries of speculation and fantasy, the truth might finally be surfacing, but here's the catch. It doesn't look anything like the Atlantis we imagined. YouTube is not gonna be a proof of anything, especially in 2025. There's a lot of grifting. There's a lot of fakeness, especially with the AI stuff. And then dude, there's a lot of like right now, if you noticed, there's a lot of channels that pop up talking about archaeology and talking about like how they did, you know, how they figured out how the freaking pyramids were made. And oh my god, there's that YouTube fucking, I mean the Netflix show with Fingerprints of the Gods writer, you know, how they talk about like modern archaeology is wrong and like how humans existed 10,000 years ago and they were super advanced and shit like that. And like, bro, they found Atlantis in 20. Why are you doubling down on this, Tick? Like that's a weird subject to double down on. Like I said, like if somebody had found Atlantis, it would be global news. It wouldn't be a YouTube thing. It wouldn't be a one article from 2020, 2011 or 2025 or whatever. It would have been world-shattering news because that is a thing that people have been obsessed about for generations. There are legitimate people who have spent millions of dollars, untold amount of time and resources to find Atlantis. it's not been fully discovered. I'm talking about the records they found. Again, even the records, why are we talking about? Dude, you're making me really frustrated right now. Don't believe in that shit, man. I remember it was on the news, but they tried to cover it up. Oh my god. There would be no sense in covering up Atlantis' discovery. Because it's a net gain to humanity if that thing is real. Even if it's like a primitive, like even if it's not as advanced and everything, it just used to be like this city, like fucking that Roman city, I forget its name, that got like, they made a movie about it actually, the volcano city thing. Even if it's like something insignificant like that, right? And then like it literally got like swallowed up by the ocean or something because of a tsunami or something, it would still be a huge discovery for humanity as a whole. Again, I get that you're trolling, guys, but like stuff like that, like it's a disservice to yourself if you think about it. Because like, whether you're subscribing it to yourself without having proper critical thinking, or you're trying to just spread the misinformation as a joke, even as a hoax, right? It still hurts, because like, what if I actually believed you, right? And then like, what if like I'm like, oh no, my one of my viewers showed me proof, Atlantis was discovered in 2025, and like what? And another one of my viewers said like, it was covered up and everything. Yeah, rage baiting is crazy, but again, I'm just trying to be like a rational voice, and I don't know if I can be, but I'm just saying like, just do yourself a favor and like find the decency where like, it's not, yeah, you can make a clip about it, about me getting frustrated or whatever, but like at the end of the day, I think, there's more to be gained by being a normal, rational person than, being a troll. But again, that it's internet. I don't know. I'm fighting a losing battle here, so whatever. Yep, it would make sense to cover it up, Matsu, especially if it's something supernatural, such as it floating back up. True, I would put the emotes to say I'm messing. No, I wasn't lying. I did saw it on news, but it was brief. I'd rather do my own research because I was taught to take everything you see and hear with a grain of salt. Yeah, good exercise actually. But I honestly haven't heard anything. And again, if it was something like that, like I think it would be huge news. Remember when, like, okay, for example, remember when like the archaeologists discovered an ancient, like a secret passageway into the Pyramid of Giza? Like, it was sensational. And it was just this stupid robot going into this crevice with a camera, right? And then at the end of the day, they didn't really find anything. They just find this hidden chamber full of nothing, but it was still huge. Because people really thought like they were gonna find something, find the secrets of the pyramids or whatever, and like what, they did it live and everything, and it fizzled out, obviously, because like it didn't capture people's imaginations like people thought it would. But it was still a very, for the field of like history and archaeology, it was still a huge find. And yeah, it's, you know, not everything is for everyone. You know, like we're all gamers here, so like you can understand, like, you know, not every game is for everybody, right? Not everybody likes to play God of War the same way, like, as a portion of us do. I do remember reading an article talking about Atlantis discovery, though, but I didn't believe it. It does make sense that a tsunami wiped out an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, though logically speaking, that but Atlantis never would have existed if it could have been just an island and regular civilization that got wiped out, just like Pompeii, but instead of a volcano, it was tsunami. I mean, middle of the ocean kind of still makes sense because, like, we don't really know what happened during the Bronze Age collapse, by for example, right? That's when, like, Troy happened. So maybe during the Bronze Age collapse, you know, there was like a island country or something. Again, but the thing is, I don't want to even like you know, like commit to that kind of like mental exercise, because like I said, Atlantis is supposed to be a made-up thing where, like, it's part of a story that Plato is telling about, like, a society that got way ahead of itself, right? And then it's like a lesson against hubris, just like how Troy was like a lesson against, like, you know, yeah, like, I don't know, man. To each their own, I guess. Like, again, like I said, if you want to believe in Atlantis, feel free to. Like, who am I to, like, persuade anybody about anything, right? You're absolutely allowed to, like, have your own beliefs, have your own whatever. But if you're asking me about my opinion, then yeah, Atlantis, Shangri-La, there are a few places that just doesn't exist. And it was just a thought process, like a exercise to make a point, or, you know, what do you call allegory? There we go. And that's my stance on it. Not that I'm gonna die on this hill. Like, again, tomorrow, like, let's say, you know, that Atlantis discovery of 2025 is actually real, right? They somehow, like, found, like, written evidence or whatever, like these freaking scrolls that were, like, naturally preserved in the salt water and stuff like that, and, like, it says Atlantis, and, like, they talk about their great kings and like their daily lives, like in freaking Sumer. Then yeah, I'll happily be like, holy shit, I was wrong, like, Atlantis, holy shit, you know. But until that day comes, nope, that door is closed in my mind. Kind of like El Dorado. Yeah, El Dorado is also... El Dorado is actually a very interesting subject, because El Dorado, from what I understand, it means golden man. And what happened was, according to one report or something, I've again, oh my god, my history, my knowledge retention these days is so bad. I don't know what I need to do. I'm just getting old. But what had happened was, like, these conquistadors found these tribe of people here, like Native Americans here, right? And they witnessed a ritual where, like, this person, this one man, would be like, as an offering to the gods, not as human sacrifice, by the way, like, as an offering to the gods, would be covered in gold, right? And what I mean by gold is, like, apparently it's like crushed up gold to make it into, like, a body paint or something. Reports vary. I don't understand. but like there was this lake, and once a year, apparently once a year, there would be a man that would be covered in gold, whether it be like gold jewelry or gold painting, I don't know, interpretation varies, but would go take a dip in the lake and offer the gold to the gods, right? And then the conquistador, and it's a very small amount of gold, by the way, it's not like a huge amount, right? But these conquistadors saw that, and they were like, holy crap, these people, these simple people are so rich in gold, they don't even appreciate the value of gold here, you know, they're just throwing away gold. And the reason the Native Americans were actually doing that was because like they valued gold, but they didn't have metalworking like they did in like the old world, for example, because like, you know, their style of living, their civilization was completely different. I'm not saying they were backwards or anything. I'm not saying like they were, you know, not as advanced. What I'm trying to say is like, because just like how animals evolve in different situations, that's why, like, you know, for example, the boa, the python, the Burmese python is you know, is an endangered species in Burma, but you know, the ones that made it over here in Florida, they're thriving, right? Just like that, human civilizations, because we are also living creatures of this earth, so we also adapt and, like, you know, develop according to our environment. So these people were, you know, adapting to like have a civilization where, like, you know, they were advanced. I mean, they built, you know, the, like, look at Tenochtitlan and everything, you know, they look at freaking the Machu Picchu in Peru, you know, impossible things if you think about it, but they did it. You know, they just had a different concept of technology than like the old world people did, you know. But when these conquistadors came in, they wrongly assumed that, you know, these Native Americans were so rich in gold that they were willing to like throw away, not knowing that, you know, for the native people, the value of gold was completely different, because they didn't have trade in the sense of like the old worlds did. And so they tortured and like you know, interrogated them to find out where the rest of the gold is, because they thought, you know, these conquistadors, they imagined, because you also have to kind of get into the minds of these conquistadors, because they were like these, they're, you know, they're people of war, you know, they're people of exploration and stuff like that. They're not highly educated in the sense of like in the sense of like scholarly knowledge, right? They don't have that, you know, that kind of background. So these people just thought like, hey, there's gold, they're throwing away the gold, so there must be a city full of gold. And then the word that they got was El Dorado, which apparently means golden man, or like, you know, the festival, that like the ritual of like the golden sacrifice or whatever. But they thought that El Dorado meant like an entire city full of gold, and they freaking searched for it. A lot of things, you know, a lot of evil was committed during those times, to be honest. And I will, that hill I will die on. I'm sorry if I killed the vibe, by the way. But I'm just sharing what I know. Things that I read with my own eyes, and like I do like subscribe to them because they were written accounts. And you can absolutely find them and research them yourself. What's up, Fatty? What you up to? Oh, it's getting harder to write. I can't see. Just vibing. I think you should try Cobblemon. Okay. That's the one you were playing, right? With like Minecraft and Pokemon. Like, is that officially licensed like actual Pokemon? Because I saw Totodile. Just decided that you should probably get out of bed. Probably. You can negotiate that with your body. Be sure to drink water once you get up. It's healthy. And it'll also make you less sleepy. Better than caffeine, but you know, caffeine also helps. Gotta pet my doggo first. Ooh, what kind of Pokemon? I mean, what kind of doggo? Oh my god. I mushed two texts together. Dyslexia, I swear. Also, actual Pokemon, that's crazy, dude. Actual Pokemon on Minecraft, that sounds... Is that before or after the Palmon debacle? Pal World, I should say, sorry. Because that's essentially what Pal World is, isn't it? Grid can enlighten me on this. You got a Cavoodle? What's a Cavoodle? That's a dog breed I've never heard. I'm guessing that's a mix of like some kind of poodle with something else. Oh, look up St. Peter's, Missouri, El Dorado. Cavalier cross poodle? Cavalier? Another dog breed that I've never heard. You know, one of my favorite dog breeds is actually the Australian Shepherd dogs. I forget the exact name of their breed, but like, you know, they're known to be like highly intelligent and stuff. Also, my music stopped. Yes, please. Why are you asking me? Yeah, one time I there's, you know, sometimes I used to go to like breweries, like beer breweries with my friends, with my buddies, and just spend the day hanging out at the brewery where like we get to taste test like different kinds of beers. It's amazing. And there's one, I'm not gonna name names for obvious reason, but there's a brewery that used to be nearby where I used to live. And one time we were chilling at the brewery, you know, because they had this like little like open lawn kind of place where you can just chill out in the sun. It's next to a river. It's really peaceful. It's really beautiful. And then over the horizon, you can see the city, the skyline of the city I was in, right? And then one time, like I was there, I was chilling and everything. This family brought in that Australian shepherd dog that I was talking about. Beautiful, you know, bright white, really dark brown and black spots. Beautiful dog, friendly as hell, and oh my god, I was, hello silly, I was having the best day of my life that day, just playing with that dog. And the family was really nice too. I'm gonna take a break, small, like not a break, but like I'm gonna. Okay, mom is out watching your stream now. She's asking about your pen and pen preferences. What do you like size-wise, like diameter of the pen, thicker, thinner? That's an interesting question. I guess like this size, like this is a good size, I'm guessing. I just don't like the metal right now. The metal is a little bit harsh on like my grip. Nibs, I usually prefer, this is a fine nib, but I usually like medium or broad nibs just because of the style of writing that I do. You know, fine nibs are usually better for like cursive and stuff like that. I suck at cursive on a bad day. Jowo nibs are my favorite. This is a Jowo nib. It's, you know, German made. I used to think it was Japanese, but I stand corrected after I had a conversation with Grid. Also, hi, hello, Grid's mom. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have that huge of a preference about pens in general. I just like either lacquered or wooden pens in general because like there's a bit of a softness to them. Okay, it's not soft because it's wood or lacquered stuff, right? It's not soft, but like what I mean is like this has very little give. So right now I'm already feeling a lot of stress and pain because like it's solid metal. And I've come to find out like I don't actually, as good as this pen is, I don't like it for long-term use. I know that today. You have a husky jack tick? Nice. Also, how's it going, Sally? What you doing? What you up to? And welcome to another ad-lib calligraphy stream where I don't know what I'm doing. But let's, you know, again, I'm just resting my fingers a little bit, so let's look at our progress so far. Again, very proud. Okay, maybe this. Okay, I don't know how to make it look legible. Did you know there are blue-colored Australian shepherds? Yes, I do know that. Oh yeah, it hurts. Wow. Your doggo's name is Frodo? Holy! I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Oh my god. Why didn't I think about naming my cats after Lord of the Rings character actually? God damn it. Oh, what a awesome name, Fatty. Well done. Well done. I salute to you, sir. And my last dog's name was Pippin? What the hell, man? You're a genius. I'm at work. Hope everyone has been doing good. My wife found me a really good, really cool multi-terrain scooter to get to. Ooh, wow! Congrats, silly. That's cool. I've been meaning to like take out my longboard again and like go for a ride someday, but honestly, I don't know if I can do it at this point. I'm very scared. Like I have realized my own mortality these days after two very close brushes with death. How long have I spent with this? Like 2 weeks now? Right? Pretty good progress for 2 weeks, but like I think I could have done better if I really wanted to. But yeah, I wanna no matter what, I'm gonna finish this week so I can hand it over to my friend Andrew this Monday. I hope he likes it. But yeah, again, not done with the finishing, but you know, again, for any Indiana Jones watcher and lover, you know, this is supposed to be my attempt at a Indiana Jones, you know, the Holy Grail diary from the movie. Oh my god, why am I thinking Curse of the Holy Grail? What the fuck? That's not even a movie. The Last Crusade. The Last Crusade, you know, there's that diary that Indiana has to find, like Indy has to find from his dad that, you know, has information about like what his dad found about the Grail and everything, and it's in like, he finds it in this like mailing, like postal package. And like this whole thing, and it like the book itself is almost a character in the movie, and I'm obsessed with that for some reason. Probably because like I watch a lot of like Adam Savage as well on YouTube, and he's obsessed with that too, and he's made multiple videos about it, and I just get inspired by random things, and like it'd be crazy if one day like Adam Savage, like, you know, nah, that's wishful thinking. But yeah, like, you know, shout out to Adam Savage, I guess, like for inspiring me. But like, yeah, you know, he talks about like he's done multiple replicas of the Holy Grail. He's actually made a video where he actually handled the original, the real, quote unquote real Holy Grail diary from the movie itself, because it was being sold or something. And I just think the, you know, stuff like that is really cool. And yeah, this is supposed to be like the Magic the Gathering's version of that, like my interpretation of like, you know, this diary that has all the information about all the evil villains of that universe, or like most of the evil villains, because I don't think I can cover all of them. But yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talks. Please like and subscribe. Don't do it. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Why did I fumble there? All right, this is the last chapter. There's three paragraphs that I'm seeing. I'm gonna finish that, and then I'm gonna call it a day for today's stream. But I might stream some Warframe later today. Let's see if my friends are up to it. So maybe stay tuned for that as well, potentially. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this little chapter and then call it a day with the calligraphy streams. Because man, I really need to like sit down and finish this. I need to finish. Like, I'm setting myself a deadline. I swear. It's an arbitrary deadline, like self-imposed, but let's see if I can get it done. Because like at this point, like I just want to hand it over to my friend, man. Like I want to see his reaction, whether he likes it or not. I'll be devastated if he hates it or he doesn't like it as much, but that's a risk I'm willing to make. Because like at least I hope he appreciates the time and effort I put into this. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm starting to wonder about my family's IQ when it comes to doing decisions. For what it's worth, I suck at doing the dishes myself. Why did I get stuck on that word? I don't know about you guys, but like the music playing right now is really calming, man. I'm really digging the vibes. But then again, I have this weird obsession with the sound of rain too. Like most normal people, I think a lot of people like the sound of rain, apparently. Oh my god, it's so hard to write. I can't see. Alright, tomorrow I'm gonna do another stream of more calligraphy, I swear. And tomorrow I'm gonna do it on the table. Just as an experiment. I want to do it more for myself than for the sake of the stream, to be honest. I just want to know. I just want to know if there's a better way. And hey, it'll be cool to have like 2 different streaming workspaces if I can pull it off. Do you need one of those high-powered flashlights that burn through things? No. That's a random question. Amatsu, you're gonna get a kick out of the comment I put about how dumb my family members are when it comes to this. Oh. I mean... Oh. Yep. Like I said, that's one of the cultural differences, I guess. I don't know. Also, if anybody just joined the stream and they don't know what I'm doing, I'm writing... It's supposed to be, like, in my head canon, it's supposed to be this, like, field note kind of journal where somebody's, throughout the ages, you know, has kept details, like, noted down details about certain evil characters in the Magic the Gathering universe. I know nothing about Magic the Gathering, to be honest. It's just I have a friend who's a big fan of Magic the Gathering. He's got like huge collections of cards. He has a circle of friends that he meets with every week to like play with them. And I wanted to make him a special handwritten gift for his love of Magic the Gathering and its universe, right? And all to say, I'm sometimes not writing as neatly as I should because in my head canon, in my headspace, you know, the lore behind this journal is that, you know, sometimes the entries are written in not so ideal places or conditions, just like right now. Like, you know, in real life right now, how I'm writing, it's not ideal. It's very uncomfortable. But I also, again, it matches my head lore about this book, because, you know, he's either writing it in a hurry or he's writing it in a congested place, or, you know, in a battlefield somewhere. And I'm just trying to give it some personality and not be a soulless printed copy of something, you know, if that makes sense. And I think it builds character, having all the flaws and like having all the mistakes, even the unintentional ones. Especially the unintentional ones. And again, I'm almost afraid to like present it to him when it's done, because I don't know how he's gonna react to just a random book, essentially, you know, about stuff he probably already knows. But sometimes, you know, it's about the gesture rather than the object itself. So hopefully we'll see. When I do deliver it, I'll come back and tell you guys all about it. How the handoff went, how his reaction was. But I am a little bit worried, you know, a little scared about like how my friend will react to the book. Oh wow, we're almost done with our stream. We're almost coming to the end here. Well, I shouldn't speak too quickly about that because there's still a decent chunk left of this chapter. But yeah. are at the last paragraph, you guys, for today's stream. Oh my god, I can barely see where I'm writing. I'm definitely gonna have to do something about this for tomorrow. 100%. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but because of the obstruction in my vision to the actual paper, I'm actually not even following the line sometimes. I hope it doesn't look ugly. But hey, Bob Ross, happy little accidents. Everything gives the diary or the field notes more character, in my opinion. That's how I'm coping it, essentially. I don't care. And draw happy little trees. Not today. We're done. We're done for today. So how many pages did we cover today? Let's see. Not very many, I don't think. So this is where we started with escape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Essentially. 6 pages in almost 3 hours. Oh my god. That is abysmal. I gotta do better, guys. I gotta do better. Alright. That's it for today's little happy little calligraphy chill stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please look forward to tomorrow's hopefully much improved stream, because I'm definitely gonna figure that out. Like I have to do this for myself now, for my own pride. But yeah, thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for being here, and I will catch you either later today's stream with more Warframe, or tomorrow if I can't. Ow. Here's my keyboard that I use. But yeah, let me see if I can, if you guys don't mind sticking around for a bit, let me see if I can rate someone.